Start this episode of KRPG Terraria off heading down to the underground desert. Heading to the underground desert because I haven't explored the underground desert yet, and I was on the lookout for diamonds and sapphires because I need those to finish setting at magic storage. One thing I'd like to point out with this mod is, do you know what those crowns are next to my health bar, my level up screen? I keep seeing those dropped by enemies, but I'm not really sure what they do. There's like no crafting recipe for them. They don't go to any inventory slot, so I can't really do anything with them. And I can't really find a wiki for this mod, so I really just don't know what they're for. So I'm heading yet again down to the underground desert to finish setting up magic storage, because that's my goal right now, to finish setting that up ASAP, because I really don't want to have to keep on having to go collect the materials from the magic storage, then head back up to the certain crafting station in order to craft a certain material. Doing it all from magic storage would be so handy, especially since when I don't know all the recipes of the various mods I've installed. One thing I noticed almost immediately about traveling the underground desert is that it's way more difficult than it is in vanilla Terraria, seeing as look at all these sagely enemies. And unfortunately the sagely modifier is a bit too strong right now. It hits me for like 600 to 500 damage, and I can't really do anything about that. So I mean, as soon as I touch one of those projectiles, I'm basically dead. This problem is even worse in hard mode, which you'll see in a few days from this video being uploaded, where I'm getting hit for like 1200 damage and I can't do anything about that. Crafting new armor doesn't really seem to help. I put my points into defense and life regeneration and whatnot. That doesn't really seem to help, so I just kind of just dodge and hope that they don't hit me. You'll see just how OP the sagely modifier is just right now. Yep, that was 600 damage right there. And even if I was at full HP there, it wouldn't have mattered, because that would just wouldn't one-shot at me anyways. And so this is a problem that, that keeps coming up, where the sagely modifier doesn't really scale well with your health. I'm not sure if it's intended to be this strong, to where I get one-shotted no matter what I do, or what armor I have. It kind of worries me for future bosses. Like, what if the twins have the sagely modifier? Like, what do I do then? So fast forwarding a bit, I explored majority of the underground desert, and I still have no luck finding any of the rare gems like diamonds and sapphires. I seem to find like every other gem except those two I needed. I guess it's what they call a desire sensor. Although I guess it's not too bad that, I'm not finding any gems, because I am on the lookout for gold right now, as I do want that to be my next armor set, as I do want to fight Branded Cthulhu this episode, which, spoiler, I do end up doing. So we actually have some interesting content. Sorry for the I guess kind of just uninteresting content with KRPG. Wasn't really recording much, really doing anything, kind of stagnating with the series, seeing as the sagely modifier was just kind of broken. I wasn't sure if I should be grinding levels or just investing all my points into defense, which I don't really want to end up doing, as I do like speed. Here's a comically large golem with the sagely modifier. While I was on the lookout for gold, I was also looking out for heart crystals, because more life, better chance for Branded Cthulhu. That was really just my main goal right now, is just to fight Branded Cthulhu. I can't really tell how many more life crystals I need right now, seeing as I'm already above the health cap you would normally have in pre-hard mode Terraria, so it's just kind of just guessing. Fast forwarding a bit in this mining expedition to me dying to a walled creeper. Or actually, I officially died to this sagely slime, but I feel like that walled creeper did most of the damage there. But even though it died, it was just a quick fast travel to the surface, as I did have enough gold to make my gold armor. I need to scavenge around in my magic storage a bit, because I didn't have all the gold I needed to make the full armor set on my person. While I was home, I noticed that this guy was selling the Anklet of the Wind, so I decided why not make the lightning boots while I'm here. I also did make the Spectre boots, seeing as I did make a pair of ice skates. Now I decided to give up exploring the desert, so I decided to explore the jungle because I haven't done that yet, and I probably should do that before hard mode, as by the time hard mode rolls around, exploring the jungle will be too impossibly difficult, well at least at the start of hard mode anyways. Although I ended up leaving the jungle not even 5 minutes later because I was frustrated at the Dragon Snapper enemy. I think that's what it's called. I think the Dragon Snapper enemy, whatever mod has that, I think it's KRPG. It needs a nerf, you know, being able to like track you wherever you are in the jungle and having like infinite range along with the fact that it shoots out thorns gets really annoying, and it becomes frustrating to really travel in the jungle. You know, there was a Sagely one here, so I decided to magic mirror home. I think that enemy needs like a nerf or just be removed, as it's more frustrating than anything trying to explore the jungle and then having that come out of nowhere. You know, it makes it really difficult to mine in like a straight line, seeing as you can't really do that because you'll end up getting stuck in between two corners or two walls, and then that guy's gonna come out of nowhere and just murder you. Anyway, that's just my little rant. Anyways, I headed back home, so I bought some FMJ rounds because they pierce through enemies, which will be useful for Brain of Cthulhu and invasion events. Seeing as, you know, first phase, Brain of Cthulhu is really just trying to kill its eyes. Anyways, I headed back down to the underground desert, seeing as I can traverse that easier than I can the underground jungle, just simply because the Dragon Snatcher enemies. Although the, what are they called, Tomb Slicers are still a bit of a problem. After like 15 minutes or so of exploring underground, I did find a alternate entrance to the underground jungle. I wasn't going to explore the underground jungle a whole lot, I really just wanted to get this chest here. Here you can really see just how bad the Sagely modifier problem is here, as pretty much every wall crawler here, or every enemy here, has the Sagely modifier, and as soon as I touch one of them, I'm basically dead. To no one's surprise, I did end up dying. Anyway, cutting off like an hour and a half of mining here, that's pretty much what I did. I had like 2 hours of footage and most of that was just mining. Time for Brain of Cthulhu. Now that I took Brain of Cthulhu down, fairly easy, and you know, I still had some buffs left. I didn't want to go to waste. I decided, why not fight him again. Now that I killed Branded Cthulhu twice, I decided, why not make his armor set and, make that a storage upgrade that goes with magic storage. As you can see, I did make the crafting interface. I did cut that out, seeing as, wasn't that interesting, it's just mining. And, the main feature of this episode was actually just Branded Cthulhu. Now that Branded Cthulhu is taken down, my next target is Skeletron, and then Wall of Flesh. I usually skip out on Queen Bee, seeing as she doesn't have anything that I really want from her. The only really notable thing is the honey-eyed goggles, the bee's knees, and bee nades, but I usually don't end up using those. I didn't feel the need to really use those, seeing as, Wall of Flesh, she's kind of an easy win, if you know what you're doing. Also, with the whole leveling mechanic, I wasn't sure, if I was over-leveled for Wall of Flesh or under-leveled, so really Queen Bee was just kinda, I didn't really feel the need to fight her, and I don't really want to look for a beehive. Exploring the underground jungle is kind of annoying with this mod pack, and so I decided, it wasn't really worth my time. There was also Lepus from the Consolaria mod, but if you look in boss checklists, there isn't really any information on how to summon Lepus, and if I played Terraria on mobile first before I played it on PC, and if I remember correctly, Lepus didn't really drop anything worthwhile, so I decided, the only reason why I'd really fight Lepus is for nostalgia reasons. Really, the main boss I wanted to fight from Consolaria is Orcrim. There was also Turkor the Ungrateful, but if I remember correctly, I think Turkor was a 3DS exclusive boss. I don't have Terraria for the 3DS, and that's not really something I'd want to really do, so I'm not really sure if he's worth any time, but probably not. Looking back, I could have done the old one's army. The FMJ rounds do pierce through enemies, which is perfect for the one's army, but I was kind of eager to get into hard mode. And that's all I have for this episode, sorry for the kind of long delay between each KRPG episode. Dragon Ball Terraria was finished in a month, and this one has been going on for quite some time, but I will regularly keep uploading KRPG Terraria, so stay tuned for that.